Kind of cutting off our head.
Dance around.
There we go. We'll just make everyone throw up before it starts.
Yeah.
We wanted to quickly, we've been doing a lot of nutrition check-ins with everybody, like a lot of everybody. 6-week people, challenge people, weightlifters, whatever. And a very common theme that we are finding and having to really focus on more than the actual data is focusing on changing behavior. And I think a lot of people get hung up on, this is what I do, this is what I've been doing, this is what I'm comfortable doing, yet I want to achieve or, change the result or my body, but they're having a hard time wrapping their mind around changing the behavior and changing what they do.
Yeah, as humans, we kind of we'll pick something, we find something that we like, or we like the idea of it at least, or we've been told that it's true. So one of those two, if not both. So you subscribe to an idea. That may be a specific diet. Like I subscribe to the Atkins diet. That is what I follow because I was told by a doctor it was good, or paleo, or whatever it is. Same goes with fitness. You have these things that you subscribe to. The problem is a lot of times those things aren't working for you. Either they're not being executed properly or they're just not right for you. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's kind of something that we have to overcome, is showing people, okay, this is how we do things. It gives us good results. It's sustainable, but it may be different than what you're doing.
Yeah, and getting outside of your comfort zone is really important to get comfortable with. So a lot of people, it's kind of two different extremes I see. Either people have no idea what to do, they have no understanding of nutrition and training and exercise, and that's fine. We are more than well equipped to help those people. But then a lot of times we also have a lot of people who have an understanding of nutrition or exercise, but they lack the skill or the discipline or the ability to do those things and to put them to practice consistently, right? So a lot of people are like, oh, I know all about nutrition. I know all about how many calories, and I know I need to eat clean stuff. It's like, okay, so why aren't you doing it?
And knowing it and applying it are
totally different things. So what we want to really emphasize to you guys is that, if you want to experience a change, if you want to experience improved health, fitness, improve your body composition, whatever it is you're looking to see change, you're going to have to change your behavior. And that may mean trying new things. It really means letting go of those kind of self-limiting beliefs. Like a lot of people are like, well, that just won't work for me, or it hasn't worked for me, or, maybe this worked for my friend, it'll work for me. And it's just, when it comes to setting a goal, yes, those outcome-based goals are great. Like, I want to lose 5% body fat. Awesome, great. It's nice to kind of, gauge that progress as you go. But what we really need to focus on are the habit-based goals. Things you can control every day, right? So my habit-based goals example would be eat 5 times a day. At each one of those meals, have X amount of vegetables, and go to sleep every night by 8 p.m. Those are things that are in your control, that you can control every day. They're habits. Whereas if you only focus on the outcome of, but I need to lose 5%, I need to lose 5%. It's like, well, yes, that is the goal, but you can't necessarily control that today. You can't control that 6-week progress today. What you can control is what you eat, how you speak about yourself, what your actions are, what you're doing and not doing. So those are the things we really want to emphasize that have the most importance.
And just something that I think illustrates this really easily is just look at what you're doing. So what are the things that you're doing? Where are you now?
Right.
And then where do you want to go? What are the things you have to do to get there?
Right.
Because if you've been doing the same stuff, so like if we were to just go, hopefully everybody can see this. All right, so diet. Let's just example. I've been doing paleo for 5 years. All right, so that's one thing we've been doing. And I've been doing cardio.
Spin class.
Yeah, spin class 3 times a week for the last forever.
Mm-hmm.
Spin.
And there's nothing wrong with these things, okay?
Yeah, these are just examples. So I've been doing this, I've been doing this, and what's one more?
And I've been getting 6 hours of sleep every night.
All right, so I've been doing paleo for 5 years, I've been doing spin class 3 times a week, I've done sleep 6 hours, that's my minimum. All this has led to 35% body fat. Okay, now we know 35% body fat is not a healthy range of body fat. Technically, that's obese. But this is where you are. Okay, so no matter how much you subscribe to this or this or this, it's not producing the result you want. Okay, it's very clear. Like, it's just looking at very objectively. These are the things that led to this. So if your goal is to get to 20% body fat, that's where we want to go, then these things aren't working to get you there. That's obvious. But it can be tough mentally from an ego standpoint to say, like, I've been either kind of wasting my time, like, I thought these were healthy habits.
Yeah.
And then your heart's in the right place. But the things you're doing just aren't adding up. So we have to make a change.
Yeah. And we don't want people to feel stupid or silly or, embarrassed about having done these things and it not support them positively, right? Like, a lot of people, have done these things with great intentions. They may have worked for someone else. Maybe your execution was off, or maybe it just wasn't the right plan for you. So this is where we want to come in and help guide you and pick what things we need to start to change and manipulate to move you closer to this and away from that. It doesn't mean we need to scrap everything at once. It could be progressive. It could be a much slower, change habit by habit, thing by thing. But the point is, if you want to experience a change, you need to change your behavior. And so we need to let go of these things that I've always done, or these things that I thought I always knew, or whatever those old things are, and open our mind to trying new things and learning about new things. And I know a lot of people are scared to change this because they have failed a lot in the past. They don't want to fail again. Like, a lot of people stop telling everyone else their goals because they're like, man, I can't hit my goal. I never hit it. It's very embarrassing, so I'm just going to keep this quiet. And I don't want you guys to feel like that. We want to help you be successful, but you got to work with us. Like, if we're asking you to try something new and change things, then you got to at least execute it, right? Because if I give you a certain thing to change in your diet or whatever it is, we check back in 3 weeks like we're doing right now with the 6-week challengers, and we're saying, okay, well, we're not seeing the progress that we want to see. What are we currently doing? And you haven't been consistent with any of the changes that I need you to make. I won't know what to change. I won't know what's working or not working because you haven't done the thing yet.
Right.
Okay? So whether it's one habit at a time or all of these, we need to stick to a plan and be consistent with those changes and those behaviors for at least a couple weeks to understand if that's working, if we're going in the right direction, or if we need to switch gears. But don't be scared to try new things, okay? If you want to see a change, you have to change your behavior.
Yep.
Okay?
Couldn't have said any better.
Yeah. Mindset is everything. Be adaptable. This is a two-way thing with being a coach and a member and an athlete. Like, we've got to work together and communicate with each other. And so that means sometimes really hard conversations that we have to have with you, making you understand that, taking that first scary step is necessary and we got to keep moving. I think the worst thing that you could do is quit, right? Everyone falls off and messes up. But the worst thing you can do is just stop and quit altogether.
Yeah,
right?
Change is difficult. It's just, we naturally resist it. So when you have to make changes, maybe they're big, maybe they're small, you're going to resist it. Your body might even resist it a little bit. So week 1 is always great. You're excited about the change. Week 2 is tough.
Right.
Something throws you off.
Yeah, all the spark and the glitz and the glam of that high motivation is starting to go down.
It's like, oh, now this is getting real. And then you get thrown off and then you go, well, I'm just going to quit because it's not working. Well, you didn't give it time. So give things time. Stick to it. Let them unfold. Maybe you've been doing these things for 5 years. Well, you gave those time. You need to give your change some time too. So.
And lean into us. Let us help you guys.
Yep.
Okay? All right, that's all for today.
That's it.